This Tennessee Titans team preview edition of the Sports Game On Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Over.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Shout out to Cousin Mush. Thought it would be a great episode to bring up the Coleslaw shirts.
Oh yes,
The return of Soy Boy, as I think we have to eat some of it as we talk about our Tennessee Titans this year.
Eat coleslaw?
Yeah, as a metaphor.
Oh, okay. I eat crow, certainly, yes, because
coleslaw.
All right, coleslaw instead of crow.
Yeah, it's never the main course. It's
If you want the backstory in the coleslaw T-shirt, that was when Colby, Ryan, and I got to hang out with Coach Leach up in Washington State. They got invited in the press box. Ryan embarrassed us when they
embarrassed no one.
when they gave out. They had food in the press box.
Yep.
Delicious pulled pork sandwiches.
Yep.
And Ryan was abstaining from meat, and instead of just not eating, they only had pulled pork sandwiches. Instead of just not eating it, Ryan instead made himself a coleslaw sandwich, which is still the
that was not the most embarrassing thing I did that weekend.
Yeah, when you ordered the chickpea burger, that was really humiliating because there was a big crowd of young college students, and you just tell the look of disgust on the cook's face, and you go, "I'll have one of the chickpea burgers." He's like, "What?"
It was one of these places they scooped
like
the meat with an ice cream.
Yeah, they have one of those
scooper.
like metal spatulas. It's just a big hot flat iron, and just like. And you can hear the meat, and it's just delicious.
Reaches down into the freezer and just throws a hockey puck onto the.
He's like chiseling away, pulls this fucking chickpea thing, and
all right, you can't win them all.
No, you can't win them all. We were, I'll say, in true degen spirit.
You know I'm a degenerate.
We thought we had an angle. I remember the handicap of Will Levis, the passing yards, Callahan coming in, and
defense might not be that good.
Yeah, there was them getting a bunch of passing yards. The formula was there. Now, ultimately, the execution from Will Levis, he completely sucked. I'm still mad at the way Bill Callahan handled the team and handled Will Levis.
Brian Callahan.
Well,
Bill's there too. So
Bill is the O-line. He's the
hands.
dad who's the O-line coach. The O-line didn't help him out.
No,
didn't do him any favors. There also was going back, and just as someone who was on the Titans, or like eventually a switch flip. They were 2-15 against the spread, Ryan. That is in the modern NFL to be 2-15, and they came in with low expectations. 2-15 ATS is insane. They were 3-14 straight up. We were both comically high at 10-7. Their win total last year was 6.5.
This was our biggest miss, right?
Probably,
Yeah,
but I would say
I think so, because we bet on them early. They were like you said, dreadful against the spread,
and certainly early. I mean, I remember week 1, they're up 17-0 against the Chicago Bears, and they end up losing outright.
The ultimate, like that sideways pass. You remember that one?
Oh, 7 return touchdowns allowed for the Titans. And that was there were multiple block punts for touchdowns, punt returns for touchdowns, interceptions returned for touchdowns. So it was just a complete shit show. Now, where our head was at was, hey, new coach, new coming into this new situation, maybe there's this upside. The
Bengals offense, remember? Ridley was in the Jamar Chase role. I was fully bought in.
There was, we made a case, and of course that case was completely
trash.
wrong. Complete trash. But I guess if you're looking at stuff, reasons for optimism, maybe they turn things around. They had a negative 20 sack margin, which it's good. And now some of that was Will Levis, some of that was the offensive line. So minus 20 sack margin, you would imagine it gets a little better, but it's turnover margin. It's easier to paint a picture of regression of like, hey, the fumble luck bounces a different way. Maybe they don't block that punt. They have a new special teams coordinator, all that kind of stuff. Sack margin is a little tougher to paint a regression thing than turnovers. Turnovers, I think you can say like, hey, there's bad luck involved. Sack margin, it's a lot of just you don't have a good pass rush and your offensive line is getting its fucking ass kicked.
The chat is already saying we pulled a Tennessee on Carolina earlier today.
Okay,
so, stay tuned. They do have the similar colors.
We were 8-9 on the Panthers. This was not 10-7. We do not have. That's a 2-game difference.
So I would say this. People are going to get upset with me for what I'm about to say, but sacks are a quarterback stat.
Yeah.
And certainly having older senior Callahan in the O-line job one more season, some key players 1 year older will certainly help. But when I watch Cam Ward, we're Cam Ward fans. We spring FCS football all the way back. We've
been following him from day one.
We liked him before you. Don't worry. He does everything that Will Levis did that was like head scratching. Cam Ward does the same thing. He will run into a sack. He will fire that fucking pigskin into a tight window.
And
he will let one fly to the running back that looks like he's trying to throw it 40 yards.
Will Levis had some onion deep balls. Now he hit on a couple. They
people might take that the wrong way.
No, he had some crazy deep shots. Some came through. Some did. Some the receiver dropped. Like it was. They figured out all different ways.
It had Jameis. It had like even more reckless Jameis Winston vibe. Like it had whatever the version of Jameis where you just can't hold down the job quite as long because you're even crazier. So I as much as I like Cam Ward. I know they took him number 1 overall. That doesn't make him. He's not an elite prospect. We know that. He doesn't have he's not necessarily like 10 out of 10 toolsy.
Well, and
if he makes if what made him great in college, especially that last year at Miami, baller. Didn't matter the situation. He thought he could do it. Now that is the same vibes that Will Levis had.
Yeah.
That lead you to slinging that ball to the side because you're trying to. He did everything that Will Levis did. Cam Ward did to some degree in college at Miami in a situation where they were probably favored in almost all of those games. Like he made them more difficult than they had to be. So I do worry about. The situation being eerily similar.
So and if we're looking at maybe they hit the jackpot with Cam Ward. He is the number 1 pick overall. Kind of an you could argue Leach talked about number 1 pick overall in a long time, especially considering he's a quarterback.
Well, it's because that's why everyone knows he wasn't the top player in the draft, and that he was the top quarterback in the draft. And I think most of the talent evaluators, whether you're a YouTube channel or you work for a major network, I don't think anyone thinks you're of the elite caliber when there's a group of elite quarterbacks. And so, in some regard, also the Titans aren't really getting crushed for needs based drafting and reaching on a guy because he was the top guy in the class.
Yeah.
Right. So But like the idea that he comes at, we saw Caleb Williams struggle. We saw all those guys basically struggle.
Well, the exception, the outlier is Jaden Daniels
and Bo Nix, but they both struggled off the bat. They just happened to win games while struggling.
Well, yeah, and I think Bo Nix, the situation was
the Titans aren't going to win games with Cam Ward struggling.
Bo Nix had a very good offensive line,
and a great defense,
and so and a very good head coach.
Yeah,
so he was dropped into a very good situation and was able to ease his way in. And as the season went along, they were able to open stuff up more. You have Cortland Sutton. You have a competent running game. Now, I do think again, the optimistic case or stuff to be positive about. I think the run game with Tony Pollard is fine. I'm still very questioning the offensive line. Like if you look at the rankings, it's like 20 is probably the highest I found for their offensive line rankings. There's still a ton of questions.
19. We have 19, which
okay,
which pulls from a major source. But yeah, to your point, you're gonna need to have the. I mean, you know this as an Eagles fan. They're gonna need to get a bump from Bill Callahan from senior for this unit to play higher.
I know he's super respected, considered one of the best offensive line coaches. I didn't see a good offensive line. Like a well-coached offensive line last year.
A lot of mistakes.
A lot of sloppiness. Yeah, and
they had young players though too. So
sure, but fairness. Also 27th in pass block win rate, 20 PFF, 25th pass block grade as a team. So yeah, certainly sacks are a quarterback stat, and Cam Ward maybe a little bit more elusive than Will Levis, but certainly not like a natural runner like Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels' legs were a huge part of why he succeeded, especially early. And
Jackson Dart's a better runner. Tyler Shucks is probably a better runner than Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
Cam
that's
Ward,
a hot take.
I would say Cam Ward is probably a little bit more elusive in the pocket than Will Levis, but I don't even think he's Bo Nix in the pocket rushing wise.
So here's another way to look at the offensive line in terms of like how Bill Callahan did. They were bottom of the league in adjusted line yards, which is basically like how much or what kind of push are you getting? And so they were out physical. They looked sloppy at times. So you're kind of, it's almost like him being there is covering up the people are giving them the positive assumption of, oh yeah, they'll at least be competent. And partially they were incompetent last year due to Will Levis. So I'll give you that. I'll give you a little of that. But I also would say it more likely their offensive line takes a step forward than backward. I'm just saying that you're introducing, maybe I'm not listening to many voices, but it seems like we're just glossing over the fact that he's going to be a rookie that is not only starting, but relative expectations on his shoulders day one, surrounded by a coaching staff that has had no success in the NFL.
And I think the biggest reason why the Tennessee Titans are going to suck is that their head coach sucks. Yeah. Will Levis looked bad, but the
first coach fired. Can we bring it up?
I think it's in play. Callahan throwing tantrums on the sideline. Callahan, hey, you got Will Levis. Figure out some wins for. I didn't see any design stuff to make Will Levis's life easier. Yeah, Will Levis sucked. We were wrong. We thought he could make a jump. He jumped right off a fucking cliff. But Callahan did not do anything to help put this team in a better position.
10-1.
And I don't even I know the Titans, it was new ownership, so I think they wanted to give him a longer leash to try and build something. But I didn't see anything of like Brian Callahan. We've seen teams with losing records where there's some optimism. You know, we just talked about the Panthers. The Panthers ended looking better as something to build on in the offseason.
Quarterback experience is the main part of that handicap that makes, and going into the second year in a system like that's why this is none of that.
And then look what they did. The pass catchers, the one youngish guy that they had, Nick Westbrook-Akine, who had 9 receiving touchdowns, he hit us. We were on, just kept playing his anytime touchdown. He had a 2 touchdown game. He had 9 touchdowns.
He will be playing for Miami. I think he's still going to be live in the touchdown.
He had
market.
9 touchdowns on 32 receptions.
I think we're still playing.
And they let him go.
Tutties.
They let him go. They replaced him for Tyler Lockett, who the Seahawks thought was washed up. I'm not expecting a ton from him. Calvin Ridley, who struggled creating creating separation, and then Van Jefferson. Those are your 3 starting receivers.
Did you hear the latest Cam Ward kissing his receiver's ass comment where he said someone asked him something about who he was and he said he was Calvin Ridley's sidekick?
Yeah. I do like Cam Ward's overall attitude.
Oh yeah.
Feel like he's a dog. Him punking Shador on that video where Shador's what was it like? Shador's like, hey, do you do any rapping or whatever? He's like, no, I do football. Or
there's a number of clips where like whether it's talking about that, just calling him soft for not wanting to train, or even calling him soft for needing to take a drink of water. like to stop the So yeah, I mean, you like the dog mentality, and the receiving room is interesting. Now, I would also say that this is Brian Callahan putting. We always heard about the types of roles he had in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And it was the Boyd role, and it's the Chase role, and the Higgins role. And so I think what you do with Lockett is you get someone who can play that Tyler Boyd role, someone that you can trust to work the slot, understand where to be. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They went out and drafted multiple receivers. They signed Cam Ward's BFF from his Miami team, Restrepo, brought him in as a free agent. So I mean, bringing in Van Jefferson, like they clearly are trying to fix. They understood that their receiving room was a problem.
Don't let Nick Westbrook-Akine go.
That's the whole handicap.
He signed for like $5 million. I don't understand that. You don't have competent pass catchers. Your one big play guy in the receiving game last year was Nick Westbrook-Akine.
I imagine they think they're going to replace him with the kid out of Stanford, who I think is another big-bodied guy out there in the T Higgins role. Look, I'm high on the bringing in Tyler Lockett. It was a little weird to find out Tyler Lockett played 8 years in the NFL before having sex.
Yes.
So
He's one of those guys who will get
in the ultimate
downgraded him a bit for that.
8 years into the league. I would say on the defensive side, 31st in defensive DVOA. Tough to what are the positives? How did their defense get better? Harold Landry they lost.
We didn't get. I mean, they used their second pick on it in a draft where maybe you'd like to see them do some offensive line shopping. They went D-line with their second pick.
Yeah, how did they not draft one offensive lineman?
They drafted the safety out of Penn State. And
those are young pieces. I get it. You're rebuilding, but just from us evaluating, L'Jarius Sneed, who they brought in, he's already going to be on the pup. He's dealing with this constant load management thing with his knee and his quad.
This is another one of these Ravens defensive. Remember when the Ravens lost 3 of their assistants last year to coaching jobs throughout the league? Well, I mean, they can't all immediately be good at their next job. 1 and 2. Or maybe he just didn't have the players yet. It seems like that system does require certain types of players. That being said, they were horrible last year. They were defense can we understand the variance year to year, but they weren't. Again, eye test. They were just a defense that was getting beat.
Yeah.
And to your point, none of their act was clearly they had a type, right? They brought in some safeties. They brought in some pass rush. So maybe they can put it all together, but Denard Wilson's still unproven. Comes from a great system, but not every assistant from a great system can be a great play caller, defensive coordinator. I mean, honestly, with defense, play calling is almost more important than offense. Because we don't talk about it as much, but the guys who really suck at it suck at the play calling aspect of it. I mean, we've heard it talked about. I mean, even your Eagles, right? Wasn't that part of how defensive coordinator? What was his name? Lost the respect of the locker room. He didn't know how. He wasn't calling like he was calling a clear bad game.
Yeah, no, and he was like leaving it up to the players to do like the game planning. It was a complete disaster in 2023. But the bounce back won the Super Bowl.
Also, I think it's important we just remind ourselves in the form of. I have to play the floor case for this team this year because I played the ceiling case in 2024.
Well, the only the ceiling case is if Cam Ward is Jaden Daniels. That's the only way this team gets into the playoffs in my mind. There's not another.
You think he's Jaden Daniels?
No, but I didn't.
Probably not.
I was high-ish on Jaden Daniels last year. I had a bunch of shares of him in best ball. Obviously, I did not see them going to the conference championship game. We'll get to them when we break the. They got by on a lot of things that's going to be tough for them to imagine, but certainly Jaden Daniels even exceeded my expectations, and I was kind of high on him.
Jaden Daniels didn't have the bad play potential. Like he hadn't shown that just like clear. Like the fun part of Cam Ward's game is also what's going to destroy him in the NFL if he doesn't. So I just think a team that my thought is it's not going to look that different than with Will Levis. There's going to be more exciting moments, I'd guess, but just as many frustrating moments.
Well, and
unless we have a defense that can, of all the really bad defenses last year, I this is the one where it just feels like the combination of the offense. What if the offense isn't very good? This team's not going to be supported by the defense. And if Denard Wilson just happens to be a dud as a coach, like they're walking into a tough situation. Because it does seem like that system works when you have the right players and coaches. If you don't, we'll see.
Yeah, I think and their schedule. We'll get to their schedule here in a second. It starts off pretty tough. Hey, shout out to us in the phrase that pays. That's right. 1 word per episode as part of a 32-word phrase. Write down the word. Keep track of it however you want. Submit it. After the 32 NFL team previews, one lucky winner will get a $1,000 circa NFL future. Whatever you want.
Graphic now, don't we?
Whatever you want to put it on. Very easy. And I got a question from Adam Osimo, who is who's up in Canada, and he said, "I'm up in Canada. Can I still apply?" Yes, you can. This is open internationally and
every country.
Yeah, as long as we don't have. Yeah, I was gonna say as long as we're not actively at war with you, but if you are listening and let's say you're from North Korea and you still listen and submit the phrase that pays, then I think you're probably a cool. All right, if you're
imagine how dope a secret picture from behind enemy lines of our podcast and a future from the circa.
If you are, we will make a couple of asterisks. If you're listening from North Korea, you have to denounce the regime in your submissions. Or if you're from a hostile nation to America, you have to just announce
your allegiance to Commissioner Goodell.
Yes,
that would be
as long as you pledge allegiance to Goodell in the National Football League. You're good by us. This episode's word is Mariah. MARIAH.
No one knows that word. You're gonna have to spell it twice.
Mariah? You wouldn't know how to spell Mariah?
I'd say 50% chance.
Wow.
Our audience
knows how to spell
one
Mariah.
more time.
MARIAH.
Okay. So like the singer that's still ticking.
Stay tuned. And of course, hey, come out and hang out with us at the Circa for contest weekend, August 21st through the 23rd. You can use promo code SGP15, get your 15% off your hotel stay. Sign up for Circa Million, Circa Survivor, $20 million plus 21 plus in prizes are given away. Circa Million, Circa Survivor. It's a great hang contest weekend, but come out anytime between now and when the season starts. Sign up for the football contest. You're not going to want to miss it. It's a fun experience. I mean, Circa Survivor is going to be like 20 million plus. It's going to be crazy. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use the promo code SGP to save you $50 off your proxy fees. And we're also brought to you by Underdog. Of course, Underdog Best Ball Mania. It's happening all summer long. 15 million in prizes. You could win $2 million just for drafting a fantasy football lineup. Are you kidding? Best ball, best way to play fantasy football. Underdog, also a great place. You get the pick 'em where you can win up to 500x your entry, and it's awesome because and shout out to Adam Osimo. Underdog available in Canada. Use that promo code SGPN. You get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
All right. And just to confirm, handwritten entries are accepted, correct?
Yes.
I almost feel like we should have a secret bonus for a handwritten submission.
Oh, okay.
Well, the degree of difficulty of mailing something nowadays. I feel like although our audience is pretty gangster, I did want to bring up before we got into it. We have a couple things to get to. One, if you had to guess as an elevation specialist, what would you think? What would you think the elevation in Nashville?
300 feet.
600 feet.
Oh, okay.
A little surprising to me. That's like a third. Are we giving them any elevation credit considering that is
no elevation credit?
Okay.
But let's see let's check out the odds, Ryan, for the 2025 Tennessee Titans.
All right. Well, we have the odds in the schedule. We're Why we're going back to 5.5 here could have just been me in my ordering. I forget why we pushed the Titans out. Maybe we were going to have a guest and we didn't. But we're back into 5.5 territory. Unfortunately, sorry, bad teams. Plus 420 to make the playoffs. It's like they're trying to drag us back in. Symbolic. Minus 600 to miss. 750 to win the division. Those feel incredibly short. Cam Ward is getting a little bit of love.
Well, I think it's a division.
100 to, yeah, also he's getting love. 100 to 1 to win the conference and 230 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. First, any macro takes before we get into it?
No, I mean, I think they're it's a last place schedule, but you'll see it starts out fairly difficult.
Do we want to maybe get the GM's opinion on the team before we apply the schedule here?
Oh yeah, you found a great clip. They were it doesn't need any setup.
No
but this is from Titans Media Day as they report here for training camp.
Play. Carry on.
Last 3 questions right here, guys.
Simple question. The team you put on the field tomorrow, can that team win the Super Bowl?
Listen, that's always the goal every year. Yeah. We also realize we have a lot of work to do on this roster.
Yeah.
They do not believe that.
I mean, you don't need to burst out laughing.
They don't believe that at all.
You know what? Yeah, that is not very encouraging.
I mean, they don't believe at all that they have a good team.
No,
my God, what is that? The coach's way of getting another year? Like, sorry, we just don't have it yet. So, all right, well,
also, Brian, you're in year 2. Some coaches do make it to a Super Bowl in year 2, so it's not that laughable. Like, come on, man.
GM and coach laughing out loud at the idea of them winning the Super Bowl, and as if they weren't ready for the question. You don't think on day 1 of training camp you're going to get the how do you guys feel about your chances to win the Super Bowl question?
Nick Sirianni made it to a Super Bowl, NFC champ in his year 2. No,
congratulations! Congratulations!
They laughed like it was a silly question to think of a coach in year 2. You're not going to be laughing long, Bill Callahan.
You know what else this tells me? PR team is shit down there in Tennessee. How are they not ready for that question? That's a softball.
Yeah,
it's a softball.
Hey, how do you think your team is this year?
Softball.
He just set it up perfectly, though.
I mean, incredible beta vibes coming from.
And Brian, the sound did not go out to the YouTube audience.
Really?
Yes.
It seems unlikely, but we can try again. We're gonna try again. We will try again. We need to talk about something for a second, and then we can try again.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just. This is where you got to fill some time as I replay.
I mean, I could vamp, but it's funnier to just let the awkward silence.
Here we go. And action.
Last 3 questions right here, guys.
Simple question. The team you put on the field tomorrow, can that team win the Super Bowl?
I'll start it one more, just in case it was too soft.
Right here, guys.
Simple question. The team you put on the field tomorrow, can that team win the Super Bowl?
They're looking at each other.
That's always the goal every year. Yeah. We also realize we have a lot of work to do on this roster.
Last 2. Go ahead.
We have a lot of work to do on this roster. How am I going to take the over, Ryan?
That is the most corporate response. I mean, look, everyone's worked with an asshole like this that just always says the right thing at me. Never says anything, but it is always saying the right thing somehow. Beta vibes. All right, let's and to your point, right? It's supposed to be a easier schedule, not so fast. At Denver will likely be the chalk for Survivor.
Yeah,
week 1, which is always a little terrifying because Cam Ward, a little firecracker in him. Rams at home, Colts at home, and on the road for the first of 3 against the Texans.
Well, a 3-game road streak.
Yeah, for the first of 3 in a row.
Yeah,
on the road. So, I mean, which one of these games is like, oh yeah?
Well, they're favored against the Colts.
Which, okay, that even as someone who's not high on the Colts, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I mean, because Cam Ward's going to be making what we would assume is his third start. Now, I'm not high on Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson necessarily, but certainly way more experience. That team,
and they could run against this defense. That's this Titans defense was not doing much against.
I think their front seven's going to have their hands full.
Do they win a game here?
No, and that's the only time they're favored this year, according to the look ahead spreads. Oh, sorry. And New Orleans week 17.
Are we sure?
I feel good about 0-4. Now maybe they beat the Colts, but at Houston, no. Rams at home. It's an East Coast trip. I don't like the Rams being 5.5 point road favorites, but I think Sean McVay is a much and this is, I mean, look at the coaches. Sean McVay versus Callahan. Sean McVay. Sean Payton versus Callahan. Sean Payton.
I mean, the Rams are looking ahead to Philly.
Well, they have gone out of their way. Kobe Turner keeps talking about it. He's got that game circled. So maybe
they can win. Maybe they get one of those home games.
Maybe they catch someone sleeping. I'm gonna say 0-4.
I'll go 1-3 to make sure that I'm fairly positive in my floor case.
Okay.
As I mentioned, they have the 3 straight road games. So the next 2 at Arizona, at Las Vegas, both interesting matchups. Then New England coming to town, and then at Indy. So they're gonna lose the division road games. I think they're.
Third road game. Your chances of winning that with a rookie quarterback is just.
Can they get one from the Raiders or the Patriots?
No, not against the Raiders because that's the third road game in a row. So I don't think they're going to win that. At Arizona, I think Arizona's defense. Yeah, I think Kyler Murray might have a very good game against this Titans defense.
Arizona's coming off extended rest. They'll have Thursday night football the week before. So
yeah, now maybe against the Patriots at home and maybe at the Colts. Now maybe I should.
Raiders will be looking to the Chief game, so you could see maybe a flat spot there.
So looking back at the first quadrant, maybe they win that Colts game and then lose this one. I'll give them, or vice versa. I'll go 1-3.
I think I'll go 1-3 again.
Okay, so you're sitting at 2-6. I'm at 1-7.
Then you have the Chargers coming to town, bye week. And then Houston, Seattle, and Jacksonville all at home. I'm high on the Jags. We all know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if to me, there's no reason other than the Jags would be on a back-to-back road spot here to say the Jags aren't going to win that game. I think Seattle maybe is the vulnerable spot. It's 4 home games in this quadrant. They have to get one, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. 4 home games in a row and a bye in there. So this is a young team, rookie quarterback.
This would be maybe when stuff starts going. Do they get 2 here? Could they get 2 here?
I feel fine giving them 2. Although, yeah, I'll say 2. So they'll be 3-9 according to my tally here, because you got 4 home games and a bye. And you got 2 West Coast teams, 2 division games. I think you beat one of the West Coast teams and you win one of the division home games.
I'll go 2.
Okay.
At Cleveland, at San Francisco, Kansas City, New Orleans, at Jacksonville. That's 1.
It's hard.
That's 1.
So you have them going 1-4 those last.
Yeah, 5-12. Is that where I landed?
You are 5-12 for your Tennessee Titans.
I feel like I said I was going to play the floor case. I didn't get there.
I'll go 1-4 and put them there at 4-13, finishing things off. Yeah, it's and really to me, it's just going to be tough for this team because there's such bad vibes, such bad momentum. Now you have a rookie quarterback, and you have a very tough, difficult part of the schedule. Now maybe they can get a few wins there in the middle. That 4 home games with the bye in between is going to be their best spot. Maybe you can snake a win against the Browns.
So I was pretty positive in a couple quadrants.
Yeah.
And I only got to 5. This feels now. Do you think they could be as Who do you think's more likely to be the worst team, the Titans or the Saints? We've now discussed both of them.
Well, I would just say they're both in a pretty rough spot. I would say the Saints maybe worse because one, they're starting a second. Right? They're starting a second round quarterback. Cam Ward at least was.
Spencer Rattler might be the starter. I don't think he was a second round quarterback.
Best case, they're starting a second round quarterback, a rookie. Cam Ward at least was the number 1 pick overall. So I think they have that going for them. I guess you could make a case for
easier.
Yeah. I mean, maybe New Orleans, if Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara, that maybe they have a little bit more on the playmaker side, but Kellen Moore is also a rookie head coach. Maybe Callahan actually learned something.
You know what you could see? Here's what I'll say about their schedule. If they somehow manage to survive those first 6 games and win like two of them, they could go on a run. They have 5 home games and a bye week from week 7 to week 13.
No,
the only road game is at Indy, a dome spot. Yeah,
I mean, if you're optimistic about the Titans, bet them after week 6, after that 3rd road game, because that I just can't imagine the price is going to be much different, and you're going to have a clump of home games for them maybe to go on a bit of a run. To me, it's just Callahan is not a good head coach.
I think I'll tee off the bet. I mean, let's Ryan.
Before we tee off the bets, why don't we go to our lead pipe lock? MyBookie.ag. Head over to MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code SGPN. Get you 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply on that bonus. But get in there, have some fun. Maybe hit up to MyBookie casino. Again, there is terms and conditions do apply on the bonus. But so many great futures. You get the MyBookie money bag. We were just had Ryan O'Flanagan in. He was pointing out, reminding Kramer of some of his MyBookie money bag positions he has. I think the Super Bowl is what, plus 2350. Very fun. You just put in a bet and they give you a random team to win the Super Bowl at 23-1. It's just so much fun, and you get the prop builder. Works great over at MyBookie. Tons of reasons to head over there and help support the show and give yourself another great out. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. That's right. The Rhythm is going to bet you. Love Rhythm. Cannot wait until the NFL tool is live once again. But until then, just hammering away. MLB, NBA, or WNBA. It is so fun to mess around with the tools, the power trends. The power trends have been great, especially with the WNBA props. What's so funny, Ryan?
I'm laughing at how much money I put on the Calgary Stampeders to win the CFL.
How's that looking?
It's 35-1. They're in first place right now.
Let's go.
Yeah. I was also laughing at my Saints 2250.
2250. Okay. And getting back to Rhythm, a shout out to Rhythm. They were co-signed Terrell Hatton, top 20, and that cashed over in the Open, aka the British Open. But get the 7-day free trial. You're gonna like it. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
For those keeping track at home, my current money line or money bag wagers. I'm not going to tell you about the sharp CFL plays I have. We have to win the Super Bowl, Sean.
Okay.
The Saints at plus 2250.
Not CLV.
The Seahawks plus 2250.
No, that's probably close to what they're being offered.
And the Rams. Plus
Rams. Rams, you're actually probably in a nice spot there.
I think so. I also have 2 college money bags.
Ooh,
at San Diego State to win the national championship plus 9975, so just short of 100 to 1.
Okay, that's not a good price.
Louisville to win the national championship at plus 9975.
Oh wow! Okay.
Probably also not.
Seahawks, I'm seeing 60-1. Okay. So maybe not.
What are the Rams?
Rams, 22-1. Oh, so a little.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, it's not a good number. Okay, so where do you want to start? Because I have a paper ticket from the Circa in my pocket on one Titans player prop. Would you like to know what it is? Well, I told you I made some most interception props while I was out in Vegas. Yeah. One of them was Cam Ward.
Okay.
At 12-1.
Oh, nice. Cause I just checked circuits down to 11-1.
Could have been me. Just if you break down the quarterbacks who have a chance to do this, there's some good quarterbacks you have to include in the mix. Just cause, in fact, Joe Burrow's price is incredibly long, and I feel like it's reckless to not include him. But Cam Ward is who's taking who are they going to place as long as he's healthy? Is Cam Ward getting pulled?
No, why would they? Will Levis is now done for the season. Who I saw he was still available at over at DraftKings to lead the league in interceptions.
The Saints situation they have got there's 3 of them. They'll mix it up.
And last year was interesting, Ryan, because normally it is someone who has to play the whole year, but there's always exceptions.
History, man.
Do you remember who won last year? Or one is probably a weird way to describe it, but who are the leaders for interceptions thrown last year? Because it was a dead heat between 2.
It was, oh man, I should know this because it was a glorious performance. He only played 12 games, right?
Getting closer.
Why no, tell me.
Kirk Cousins,
yeah, damn it,
and Baker Mayfield.
Kirk Cousins, I should have known.
Which Baker Mayfield had a one of a career year, but he still threw 16 interceptions. Year before it was Sam Howell, Davis Mills.
Oh, Sam Howell is actually who I was thinking of. Sam Howell was
now that was technically his second year, but he got there.
He didn't start every game.
No, he played every game. Actually, he did start every game in that one. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. 4-13 as a starter.
Wow.
Then Dak the year before, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, we cashed on Dak.
Now Trevor Lawrence had 17. Stafford year before, Drew Lock, Carson Wentz with 15. This is kind of a wide open market because for a number of reasons. So I got to think on maybe some bolts I want to fire. I think it's, I don't know. It's a hair short for me, but I get the cap.
None of the long shot. I mean, like I said, the Burrow thing's interesting, but none of the long shots. I just think this Titans team is the perfect mix of bad defense, will be trailing, lots of passing, no one else to go to. And the number is you don't have to. You just need to average 1.5 interceptions a game. It's not like you have to be throwing a shitload. So yeah, mark that frame in 8. What do you got?
I'm going to say last winless team. That is a market that I don't have anything on.
Oh, over the Saints. What are their odds?
Plus 725 last winless team.
Really?
Yeah. I like that because
of that Colts game, I guess.
The Colts game, I guess, because they're favored. But I mean, if they don't win that Colts game, they're going to be in trouble. And then the 3 road games, 4 road games out of 6 to start. Now maybe they get a win against the Pats week 7, but the Saints, as not high as I am on the Saints with you there, they have a home game against the Giants and the Pats, and I think there's a decent chance they get one of those, or maybe they're both just completely shitting the bed. I think it's a toss up between the Saints and the Titans. I'll take the Titans here because of all these road games to start out. Last winless team at plus 725.
For reference, what are what is the chalk? 4-1?
Let me pull that up.
Very intriguing. Yeah,
what else are you playing, Ryan?
That's it. Yeah. That's the end of it. There's not much here. You can, we can talk about, we can throw the division superfectas that I played for the division. Can mention that where I have Jacksonville, Houston, Tennessee, Indy, and Jacksonville, Houston, Indy, Tennessee. So basically I have a superfecta with Jags in the 1 spot, Texans in the 2 spot, and then the Titans and Colts in the 3 and 4 spots. Those both pay 12-1, so you're getting a 6-1 on the combo. That's more of a Jags play than anything else. And in fact, after going through the schedule, maybe I just lock them into the 4 spot and don't even bother playing the 2. I mean, I've already played it 2 ways, but maybe if I was telling someone going forward, maybe not. I don't know. I guess there's the idea that they could be better than the Colts, though, is the Colts have a pretty low floor too.
Yeah, they do.
Although
I mean, they have some competent players on that team, though.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Titans split with the Colts, so I'm
not by any means a huge Shane Steichen fan, but I certainly have him higher than Callahan right now.
That's fair. He's got a little bit more of a track record.
Yeah, well, not an amazing track record, but certainly I don't know. I can't find I can't find where I found it.
One day these the books will organize these things in a way that isn't nonsensical.
No, and then sometimes they take him down too. Maybe I missed it, but whenever that pops back up, last winless team though, that to me is the play. That's fun, but also you could.
What about one of those like first 5 weeks markets?
0-5 first 5 weeks. What is that? Do you see that?
Let's see. Yeah, again, it's like we need a librarian to like Dewey Decimal System. I'm done looking. Not doing this right now.
All right.
Not doing this right now.
Great podcasting.
Exact. Oh, here we go. First 5 weeks.
Okay.
I found it. Hold on.
What do you got for first 5 weeks? 0-5. James in the chat saying my poor Titans, definitely winless is in play. Plus 725, a nice emotional hedge. I need that.
Plus 450.
Ooh, okay.
So do you think multiple teams will be 0-5? Because otherwise you're cashing your last winless team. So maybe the last winless team's a better bet.
I think so, just because the price is a little higher, and yeah, maybe they crap out against the Colts, right? But yeah, I think.
What about just straight like finish in last in the division?
Are you getting a decent price on that? I can't imagine they're giving you anything decent on
150 plus 150. Is that intriguing? Because to me, the reason I did the combo where the Colts finish in last as well is because Dan Jones plus Anthony Richardson might be a much lower.
I know,
because
at some point you're by taking the Titans at plus 150 in a way you are taking the Colts to be successful, which I don't. The Colts are going to be a damn hard team to figure out.
All right, what about? Let's see. Maybe with the way you played Tennessee, as you say, under this might be it. Add this to my sheet. Okay. Under 2.5 division wins.
All right. And what are you getting at that price?
Minus 115. Yeah, this almost like better than the overall win total. Because they're going to get swept by one of their division opponents.
No, I like this a lot. I'm going to add this as well because you're right. 2-4 feels like the ceiling.
You're liking the Jags more and more every day. I can tell.
No, I think I'm going to be. The more I look at that Houston Texans,
guy, huh? Oh,
well, this is the year to play them. Everyone was on them last year.
No, thank you.
The expectations are through the roof. Meanwhile,
not me.
Meanwhile, they had it's funny what expectations do for a team because after their first year of CJ Stroud, oh my God, they were 10-7. They won the playoff game. This is the greatest team of the future. Last year, what happens? They go 10-7, win one playoff game. This team is cooked, blow it all up.
Pendulum swings hard.
I think I'm going to be buying lowish on the Texans, but we'll see. We got a man in the box talking Jags coming up right around the corner. We just taped the Carolina Panthers episode. So far, Ryan, now that we got the Titans wrapping them up, Panthers, Giants, Browns, Saints, all in the books. What do you think is your, I was going to say, what's your craziest take, but they may have already heard the Giants episode.
What do you mean? What was crazy about that take?
Giants Super Bowl 300-1. Abdul Carter most 100-1. Cam Scatteroo Rookie of the Year.
I just wanted to make sure the bucket was filled for people to. It's just like on Halloween. You want to give people a good variety of options, so they feel satisfied. I'd say that I think the Panthers, the fact that we both ended up being a little higher on the Panthers. I mean, it had nothing to do with the guest either. Although that maybe that was good for an extra win.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I don't like to decide officially what I'm going to do before the episode, but I was saying 7, 8 wins, 9 wins was crazy, and I think there's something there with the Panthers. Like just looking at this Panthers team compared to the Titans, the Panthers actually have like talent. Yeah. Like Tet McMillan, Xavier, like some of the Chuba Hubbard. I mean, I guess Tony Pollard's fine, but the pass catchers being so bad is just going to make the head coaching job so much harder. And Callahan, I think right now is the worst coach in the NFL, and I'm considering first coach fired, but I don't want to have to rely. Yeah,
the concern is they just drafted the rookie. They would be seen as, we don't want to, we want to make sure we let this kid get through the season. Although it is one of those interesting, it's similar to the Dable situation where you put yourself in a spot where you can't fire the guy, or why didn't you do that already?
And I think the Titans ownership is desperately trying to make it seem like everything's okay. They also have a chunk of games there in the middle where we kind of identified maybe there is a little. And Cam Lord will win 1-2 games on his own, and I just don't see it working out with Callahan.
Everyone is there. I do think more than most years, people are just assuming Cam Ward's going to be good.
Really?
You don't feel that way? I feel like there's optimism in a lot of these point spreads. Look at all these short numbers between the threes.
Yeah, I guess so. But also, I would look at just
Jacksonville. Really, you don't think Jacksonville's gonna be laying a full field goal by week 13? Like the likelihood that they separate in a way where Jacksonville has shown improvement, and
Jacksonville also rookie head coach, so that's a huge variable.
Rookie head coach, but not rookie quarterback, which that feels like the more important.
Goldilocks has seen a share of games.
I agreed, but to say they're on the same level as the Titans feels a little.
Yeah, and we'll see. You're probably right that they won't be only
the Jags
laying
at home are laying a touchdown against the Titans in this NFL season.
Week 18,
not 4.5. I'm just saying the number. The power
like
ratings
it'll be at
are
least
off.
6.
Power ratings are off.
All right, we got the Las Vegas Raiders coming up next, and remember, keep writing down the phrase that pays. You got a chance to submit it after the 32 NFL team previews. Toss us a nice rating and review. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We finally got Spotify. It was a long story. We were locked out of our Spotify. So if you have been commenting on the Spotify podcast episodes, finally got back in. Appreciate the comments, getting back to as many as we can on those.
We could do a reading of that email thread on a Patreon episode sometime.
Oh, it is. It's insane, but appreciate everyone tuning in as always. And of course,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Perhaps you remember, Sean, but the last time we told them to tighten up, it worked out well for the Titans.
Kramer, let it ride.